It's the start of classes at the Deutsche Schule school in Alamogordo. Students are learning about nutrition, putting PowerPoint presentations together and taking science classes, like students at any school in the US. But this institution is a little different. It's exclusively for German public school students living in Alamogordo. There are 140 students at the school. Most of the students, like sophomore Tatjna Luedke, have parents in the German Air Force or work on base supporting the German mission, training Tornado jet pilots.
I like it here, man. I'm used to the desert because I lived in El Paso for 3 years as well, so I kind of really like America because I love the warmth. Yeah, it's better.
Students like Tatjana only go to class from 8 until 1, yet they achieve the equivalent of a US high school education in the 10th grade, 2 years before most other students in the US. And international data shows German students have higher math, science and reading proficiency levels overall. Thorsten Rennecke is the school's principal. He says the German system is far more streamlined.
The way of education in Germany is much more faster than the American way because we segregate students after the fourth grade into 3 different levels, A, B and C level.
As young as 10 years old, German students are put into 3 different tracks in accordance with their skills and proficiency.
The students at the gymnasium go later on to university. The B-level students, they become clerks in administration or in insurances or in the bank, and the C-level students, they all, most of the time do handwork like electricians, like car mechanics, something like that.
Eureka Borheim teaches at the school. She says the German system allows talented students to excel and the slower learners to get the direction and attention they need.
There are definitely some kids who are very eager to learn, very smart, and they really want to digest a lot of material, and for them it's definitely very good to be together with kids who want to do the same, and they definitely learn more in a classroom situation like this as if they stay together with the whole group, because if you teach all levels together in the same classroom, it's always a little bit slower because you have to mind that everybody is following.
Students less inclined toward university are trained in the skills needed to be successful in the German workforce. They get channeled into as many as 350 different vocational areas, anything from mechanics to computer science to arts. Some say the US could take a lesson from Germany's vocational approach, like President Obama during his 2013 State of the Union address.
Right now, countries like Germany focus on graduating their high school students with the equivalent of a technical degree from one of our community colleges. So those German kids, they're ready for a job when they graduate high school. They've been trained for the jobs that are there.
German schools coordinate with industry to give students apprenticeships and training while they're still in school. In most cases, 2/3 of the training costs are borne by the employers. Eureka Borheim says it's seen as an investment in workforce quality.
We had a lot of students who weren't aiming for the higher education. They got a lot of training on the job already while they were going to school, and that was quite interesting for companies too. So the German school system tries to give kids certain skills for their later work.
This blend of vocational training with other schooling is happening in the US to some extent. Programs such as the Early College High School at New Mexico State University are an example, but few programs are directly aligned with the demands of the workforce like they are in Germany. And New Mexico Workforce Solution data shows that disconnect might be a problem for high school graduates entering the workforce. In February 2014, the unemployment rate in Doñana County was 7.9%, while there were more than 4,400 job openings, much of them in skilled areas such as public administration, manufacturing and finance. But not all German students, including Tatjana, are sold on the system.
To just get thrown into the world and be like, you have to study this, you have to know what you want to do. So I think that's pretty hard.
Tatjana says the flexibility of the American education system would have been better for her career.
If it's not your thing, after that you can still take another path. So it's more time to really realize if you really want to do it or not. So you can always choose. So I think that's really better than here, where you have to take one path and that's it.
Principal Reinecke acknowledges the German system can place a lot of pressure on students prematurely. He says his son studied both at the German school and the local high school in Alamogordo, and he says both systems have their benefits.
In my opinion, I would like a school system with the best things of the American system and the German system. This would be a longer education time together with all children, and maybe in the 9th grade a separation into different levels.
The German school in Alamogordo will close in 2019 with the end of the German mission at Holloman Air Force Base. Smaller public German schools continue at German military installations throughout the US. For KRWG, I'm Simon Thompson.